What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. And today we're talking about, again, popular black dating coach alpha male strategies. And I know a lot about alpha male strategies. I literally saw him come up from a commenter that used to be in my comment section to probably the most popular African American dating coach in the world right now. It's pretty much, that's what it is, right? So, you know, it just goes to show you what 3 years can do. 1 year can change your life. So I always tell brothers that, man, 1 year can really change your life. And I've seen the brother blow up to where he is now, right? He has books now, consultations going on now, and he has a diverse audience that really brings in a lot of young men, right? And that's something that a lot of other dating coaches really could not reach, was this millennial market, right? And with that being said, Alpha Male Strategies has, you know, a really large Patreon community, and many guys support him on Patreon. And on Patreon, he does do videos and answers questions on there. And one of the people asked him about, you know, are white women more feminine than black women? And why do many athletes date white women, right? And it brings Alpha Male Strategies to this video, which is called White Women Ain't No Better. Now, last week he did a video called Foreign Women Ain't No Better, which caused a lot of ruckus, you know, amongst the black male content creating community. But Alpha Male Strategies creates this video based off his own experience as a personal trainer, right? And he was a personal trainer. Many of the guys now that are in the kind of life coaching, dating coaching, motivational content right now come from the fitness community as of late. And so Alpha Male Strategies was the first guy to kind of set that trend in the black sector. And he says that when he was dealing with white women as most of the clients that was paying for this service, in comparisons to black women, he saw that they were just as masculine, right? And what I want to do is I want to play just a short clip of what he had to say, and then I'll come in and I'll talk about it right afterwards.
What's up, fellas? So today we here to talk about why do black athletes seem to date white women more than black women. I had a loyal patron supporter ask me that question. I think it's a good ass question. Another patron supporter came under the comment. He asked me and said that he said that he had a couple of points. He said, for one, white women, they don't want to deal with masculine black women. So let me get on that first. That's the biggest piece of bullshit that I ever heard. It's true what he say about, you know, the black athletes that date white women. Maybe they heard or something like that white women are more feminine. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell you right now, as most of you guys know, I was a personal trainer in New York City, and I never trained no black woman. I don't think I only had one mixed girl. She was a mixed girl. I don't know what her ethnicity was, but all my other female clients were white. And so I can sit here and I can tell you right now, every one of them was masculine when I was acting feminine. Now, what do I mean by when I was acting feminine? When I was playing with them too much. You know, come in, hey Katie, how was your weekend? You know, doing all that little friendly shit. Cause you know, I don't want to say you kissing their ass. I don't want to say that, but you want them to like you because they buy 12 sessions and you want them to keep going. So you want them to like you. So you kind of come in with that friendly demeanor because you want to be likable, because you want them to keep buying. Because for a lot of you guys don't know this, but as a personal trainer, a big component of them keep buying is just them liking you. All right. most times, if any of you guys ever had a personal trainer, I actually had a personal trainer years ago, like when I was 23. One of the biggest components was you liking them, and on top of that, you learn pretty much everything that they want you to do within 2 months, give or take, right? After about 2 months, you pretty much get it. So as a trainer, you want lifelong clients. You don't want a client for 2 months and now I got to go back out here and replace you. You want, once you get a client that can afford to train with you 2-3 times a week, preferably you try to keep them for 4 or 5 years. Okay, this is going to be the difference between you making 150 grand and you making 75 grand. Retention. That's what you need. You need retention. So as a personal trainer, you naturally gravitate towards, if I was just knowing them on the street, I wouldn't have been friendly like that. Y'all guys pretty much, I'm not a friendly guy. Y'all ain't seen me hang around a whole bunch. I'm not a friendly guy. All right. So, but when your livelihood is based off of somebody liking you, you can become a friendly guy and you try hard to make them like you. And all I learned, all I did with them was, they just became masculine as and this is when I learned. You know, I made a video, how to get a woman to respect you at all times. This is what I was talking about. This is when I started to put 2 and 2 together, as in, I remember us always respecting one auntie, but not respecting the other auntie. Well, what was the difference? This one over here never played with us. This one right here was always playful. And the same thing go with my female client, my white female clients. When I played with them, they would get testy and, do we gotta do those again? I hate those. Then they would be doing the exercise, and they would get to like 8 or 9. Then they'll be like, I gotta do 20. Can we do 10? Just real testy and masculine. All right. Now, this is the interaction I'm having with them because I'm their trainer. But let's just say I was their boyfriend and I was acting like that with them as their boyfriend. And I'm like, hey, we finna go to such and such to eat tonight. Can we go somewhere else? This is why I tell you guys about masculine frame. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's white or black. So now when my clients would act like that, right, I would naturally get into my masculine frame because they kind of like piss me off. So like the next time I would work out with them, I would be most stern and hard. Guess what they always ask me when I did that? I would be real stern and masculine. Guess what they always ask me the very next session? Everything all right? They would keep asking because they could tell my attitude had changed. Now, they didn't probably know if I was upset at them or upset at my girlfriend or upset at whoever. The guy on the train this morning, they just could tell he ain't playing today.
So you heard what he had to say, okay? What I will say is this. When we talk about, are white women better than black women or, this or that? I think what a lot of times, we have to look at certain things and understand that they're not necessarily solutions. They're trade-offs, right? Shout out to Thomas Sowell for that commentary. And Obsidian is the one that always talks about there are no solutions, just trade-offs. When you look at white women in America or white women everywhere, what you see is on the exterior, more nicer, more approachable, things like that. Right, and I think that's because the culture tends to be a little different because the white community typically does things a little bit different than the black community. But I think what happens is that upfront exterior, because with black women it's a little bit more combative, usually, not all the times. But what happens is that kind of sales pitch that white women have, because they're pretty much broadcasted as the standard of beauty. Even in Africa, India, you have all these people trying to become white women, right? Even black superstars with the blonde hair. But at the gist of it all, the masculinity that they have is influenced by the construct of the American system, which is feminism right now, right? And what a lot of black men do is a lot of black men feel that white women are just better just based off of how they're raised. But then they have the same issues, just different. You know, it's the issues might be a little bit different. They're still attempting to play those games. The same things that frustrate men altogether. Now, black women are more overt with how they feel. You know, they're more overt in talking about things, roasting people, talking stuff like that. At the end of the day, you got to understand, when you're dating outside of the community, you don't really have a bond to that. And that's what I've noticed since I've been living overseas. That on the exterior, other groups of women are more nicer, but it's harder to tell what you're dealing with because you don't know if it's a facade. And a lot of black men get caught up like that. On the exterior, they're more feminine. On the exterior, they're more nicer. And you really don't know because you don't know this community. You don't really know what they're thinking about. You don't know if they really care about you that much, or you have no idea because, with black people, you have an idea what you're dealing with. And I think that what I like about the dating coach community, the black dating coach community, is to let guys know that any woman is going to respond to the kind of man that you are, right? I've heard Lucario say this. I've heard Steve the Dean say this. I've heard Alpha Male Strategy say this. I've never heard any dating coach that says this woman is better than the other. It depends on you. You are the person that sets the standards. And if you listen to what he says in the video, once he started setting standards, if you watch the whole video, yourself, he starts, dealing with his clients. He started setting boundaries. They started respecting him. If you don't set boundaries, they're not going to respect him. And you're going to have problems. Whether that woman is white, whether that woman is black. Now, obviously, you'll have cultural situations that might be a little bit different. But altogether, people will treat you as you present yourself. And I found that out. So, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Check out the Alpha Male Strategies channel. First comment pinned to the top, guys. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Check out the Patreon. And as you know, the buffoonery always remains at an all-time high. I'm out.